So xDefiant is a free-to-play first-person shooter that is very similar to older Call of Duties, which makes sense because it is being headed by Mark Rubin, who was the executive producer for games like Call of Duty 4. This game was announced years ago and has had a ton of closed playtests that were under NDA, so you couldn't record or stream any of it. But about a week and a half ago, they finally released their closed beta where it was not under NDA and you could stream and record it, and I figured I would actually give it a chance and really put some time into it and see if I like it. And man, the game really surprised me. Probably noticed I haven't uploaded a video at all in this game yet, and that is because I've actually just been so addicted. I've streamed the beta almost every single day it has been available, apart from 2 days where I actually couldn't get on because the servers were down. So let's just get some of the big bads out of the way that were in this beta that I think really turned away a lot of players from the game almost instantly. The biggest one for sure is the netcode. Oh man, I literally, holy shit, this is really bad. Dude, holy shit. I actually talked about this in one of the earlier playtests that you were able to talk about but not record. The netcode in this game is the worst I have ever experienced in an FPS game. The desync, the hit reg, the peeker's advantage. In one of the earlier playtests, you could literally die before you even saw the person on your screen. It was so bad. Now, the developers have said they already have a fix for this netcode that they will be implementing either into the full release of the game or hopefully an open beta in the future. That's what I would really like. So I guess we're just gonna have to trust them on that. But yeah, that was for sure the biggest issue with the beta and the game overall was the netcode. Other than that, most of the big issues just kind of had to do with balance. This is an ability shooter, and a lot of the abilities, especially the healing chick, were very, very strong. But they've already said over on Twitter that they plan on doing quite a few balancing updates to a lot of the abilities. They have been insane. The most transparent I've ever seen a AAA developer be on a video game over on Twitter, especially Mark Rubin. He has been replying to so many tweets with people complaining about stuff, pointing out bugs, talking about, game mechanics, design decisions. It's been really, really nice seeing that, especially compared to a lot of other AAA FPS games recently. Now, I want to go over some of the big, I guess, pros of this game, and there are actually a lot. If you enjoyed older Call of Duties and you're not really enjoying the slower paced tactical, I guess, vision the newer Call of Duty devs have for their games, xDefiant is like perfect for you. This is literally an older Call of Duty, but with modernized gunplay and movement. It is so much fun. The movement is one of the main things I want to focus on. I've tried comparing this to a lot of different games to give people that haven't played the game, because it was a closed beta, like the best idea I can. I compared the strafing to older Battlefield games like Battlefield 4. So you can air strafe in this game, kind of like in Counter-Strike or Apex Legends, but in this game, it's a lot easier to do. In Counter-Strike or in Apex, you have to let go of your forward key and then use left and right to strafe. But in this game, just like Battlefield 4, you hold down your movement forward key and then use your aiming, whatever it is, your mouse or your analog stick, and you turn it in whatever direction you want to turn. I was not expecting this kind of thing from this game at all, but it is really nice. I definitely wouldn't say the movement is like as skillful as Apex. A lot of the movement in this game is very spammy, and they've done some things to try to prevent that. There is movement fatigue and jumping fatigue, crouch fatigue. So basically, if you jump too much, your jumps slowly get, I guess, lower and lower. If you crouch spam too much, especially when you're ADS, it throws off your aim, kind of like if you were to hold your breath while sniping in Call of Duty and your aim goes all crazy. That's what happens when you crouch spam too much, just so people aren't going crazy and like neo strafing in the middle of the open continuously and you just can't hit them. But even with those fatigue systems, the movement is much, much faster than the most recent Call of Duties. Actually, I would say it's faster than pretty much any Call of Duty that wasn't a jetpack Call of Duty. The gunplay in this game is amazing. They made it simple enough to where it is accessible to controller players, but not really putting mouse and keyboard at a disadvantage like the most recent Call of Duties are, with random recoil, visual recoil, all of that garbage. All of the weapons have a very simple recoil pattern. It's pretty much all just up to the right, and there is virtually no visual recoil, so it is very easy to see what you're shooting at. Visibility is completely fine in this game. All of the enemies have an outline on them, so even if there was something going on, you can easily see them through whatever it is. The mini-map works pretty much exactly like older Call of Duties. There is red dots on the map if you're not using a suppressor. I know a lot of people care about that, so I thought I'd mention it. There are no perks in this game, but there are attachments, and they're very simple. You know, there's no tuning attachments or anything like that, and I think in total there is, I think, 5 attachments. I could be wrong. They even have a very detailed page where you can go to and see all of your gun stats after adding attachments and stuff, which was amazing. I really like that. They do have a mastery camo. It's super basic in the beta. It was literally copper, silver, and gold, and it didn't require any kind of crazy challenges. It was literally just you use the gun, you level it up, and that's how you get the mastery camos. So overall, this game's core mechanics are very, very fun and very addicting, and that's what you need. That is why MW2 and Warzone 2, in my opinion, are failing, along with a bunch of other stuff. But MW2, Warzone 2, their core mechanics are boring, they're slow, they're not satisfying. The game just feels like shit to play. Whereas this game, apart from the absolutely atrocious netcode, the gunplay and the movement is such a good base to build around. Not to mention, the maps in this game are so good. I didn't even think about it, but like on the 3rd or 4th day, people started talking about the maps, and I thought, man, there's not really any maps in this game that I just do not want to play. Like, I'll leave the game if that map comes up. Oh, and by the way, the game has map voting, unlike Call of Duty now. So you can vote for 2 of the maps that you see on your screen, or you can vote for random, which is a really nice feature to have back. Also, one of the big selling points of this game, they talk about it all the time, is that this game does not have SBMM. It will, however, have a ranked mode, and they actually tested it in the beta, and I played the ranked mode. The ranked mode was in very early access, though. All of their like symbols and everything were very placeholder, but it was still very fun. Ranked mode is going to be input-based matchmaking. That means mouse and keyboard will be going against mouse and keyboard, and controller will be going against controller, which is going to be amazing. I don't know if they have any plans for a one life mode like S&D, but all of the game modes were pretty fun. They had escort, kind of like the mode in Overwatch. They had zone control. They had occupy, which is basically just hard point. They had domination. They even tested a game mode later on in the beta called Hot Shot, I believe. That was kind of like kill confirmed, but it picks a hot shot player on each team, and that player is basically, you know, the game mode Cranked that was in some Call of Duties where you were just insanely fast when you pick up all the tags. That's basically what it was. You become much faster, you shoot faster, you reload faster. It's like you have specialist bonus. They only tested it for like a day or 2, but it was very fun. At the moment, there is no kill streaks, and I don't really know if they're going to add kill streaks. I personally had absolutely no problem having a ton of fun in the pubs without kill streaks, but I understand with how Call of Duty like this game is, I understand why a lot of people did want some kind of streaks in the game. And yeah, just overall, incredibly fun game. I think the beta was up for about a week and a half, and I put probably about 60 hours into it. And this is with the game being in a early version, tons of stuff being locked. There's barely any challenges, no in-game leaderboards, no ranked, and I still was just so addicted. It literally is older, fun Call of Duty, just with better mechanics. There's definitely some things that they need to iron out that are not great. Like, for example, I said earlier, the healing character is pretty overpowered in the beta. Like, everybody was using her, and part of that is because the normal health regen is way too slow in the game, along with there being just, you know, bugs that you would expect in the beta. Like, there's one bug, funny enough, that Apex is also having right now, where people just randomly don't make any noise. Like, not their footsteps, like their gun doesn't make any noise. When they shoot you, it doesn't make any noise. They just don't, they're completely silent. Just random stuff like that was a little bit broken. But overall, man, this game is an absolute blast. It is just so satisfying to play. Usually I wouldn't get very excited for a game like this because at the end of the day, it is still just kind of another free-to-play Call of Duty hero ability clone. But after playing it for so long and getting used to the core mechanics and seeing just how good they are, and just the ridiculous transparency from Mark Rubin and some of the other developers on Twitter, just talking about everything. Literally no subject was like secret. I mean, this has to be the first time I've seen a developer talk so openly about things like SBMM, which I guess I should probably mention. Yeah, there is, like I said earlier, there's no SBMM, but there is pretty heavy team balancing like there was in Black Ops 4, where once you get into a lobby, if you're just an absolute beast at the game, it is going to put some of the worst players in that lobby on your team to try and even it out, which is completely fine by me. Yeah, I'm going to have to carry my butt off, but whatever. Anyways, I have a ton of footage for this game that I will be uploading probably in the next couple of weeks, and you'll get to see me improve slowly over the week and a half that I played the game. Getting used to the movement and the gunplay and kind of the broken peeker's advantage right now was really fun, and seeing the improvement in my gameplay is just so nice. Overall, if the netcode wasn't completely broken, I would probably rate this game a solid 8 out of 10 right now. But with how bad the netcode is and how it just contributes to kind of making everything else worse, I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. But yeah, if they fix the netcode, easy 8 out of 10. Is this going to kill Call of Duty? No, but thankfully Call of Duty is doing a great job of that themselves, because they're just absolutely shitting the bed with everything they do recently. But I do think with Mark Rubin and Ubisoft backing this game, it could actually be a good competitor to Call of Duty. And it is for sure a great option if you don't like the way Call of Duty has been over the last couple of years. So anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. See you later.